Morning, everybody. It's Debbie Gilbert here from the Best Business Women Awards. I'm going to do a bit of jazz hands this morning and do a bit of waving around. And I'm very energetic this morning. I'm very excited. As my guest this morning at the Best Business Women Awards is the lovely Amanda Fitzgerald.
Good morning. Hi, can I use my microphone right now?
Great stuff. So what we're talking about this morning is PR, because what we find every year is people win these fabulous awards, not just our awards, but any awards. They win amazing awards and they don't do anything with it. So Amanda is the ultimate door opener.
She has these awards, Debbie.
Yeah, I mean those awards. Yay. And Amanda's the ultimate door opener. So Amanda, you've got a free masterclass next week where people can find out more about how to PR their awards.
Yes, PRing your award. When you have won an award, it is so important to share it with the press, because the press wants to hear about not necessarily your award. They want to celebrate that, but what they want to hear are the loops and hoops that you've had to jump through in order to gain that award, because the press are always interested in human interest stories, the human side of things that made, the adversity that you've gone through. And as Debbie will say and vouch, the judges select you because they've read your backstory, because it's compelling, because it's interesting. So that's really good for the audience during the night of the awards. But why not share it with nationally, okay, or locally? I'm from Worcester, so if I won an award, I'm based in Essex, I would do local woman does good, that kind of thing. So I'd go to Worcester Gazette and say, I've just won this award. I used to go to this school in Worcester, Now I live in Essex, and these are all the trials and tribulations I've gone through, and yet I've come to the top of my Mount Everest. Yeah, so really getting into the press is something which everybody, from your social media manager up to the CEO of your business, needs to know how to do. It's really important, and everybody's ranting on about personal branding and how better to share your personal brand than with everybody. So yeah, doing a masterclass next Monday, and I'm going to be sharing the 7 P's on getting into the press. I'm going to give you a bonus P right now, and that is persistence. That's not part of my P's, but it's like a bonus. But some people think, oh my God, I need to get into the press. I've tried it. I've sent off one pitch and nobody responded to me. Well, that's because journalists are so busy. You've got to make it as part and as common as your social media output. What do you reckon, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've had lots of press over the years, which my big star moment was on BBC Look East at the start of the pandemic. Yay! Got to be on the BBC. And that really came about because I'd been on Three Counties Radio and I had been in local press. And it kind of is a little ripple effect, isn't it?
Yes.
People pick it up and then it starts to expand. And I've been in national magazines as well. But it all comes from just getting in there to start with and actually doing something, doesn't it?
Yes, and I run pitch clinics once a month for my VIP clients, and journalists time and time again say we scour the local press for national stories. So if you are featured in Essex Today or, the Edinburgh, whatever, like just a local thing, a local rag to your area, that very likely will get picked up. And if you look at the news right now, go to BBC, so many of those stories will be local, but they've kind of made them national because they've spoken to that, that person and asked them questions about their background. But it's great because it's broken news there, but then it breaks news nationally. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? And your story might be relevant to what's being talked about in the press. There may be something else big that's happening in the world, and your story is very relevant to that. So I think, it's just about putting yourself out there, really. And, journalists will pick it up if you've got a good backstory, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I spent my first business was selling knitwear, and I managed to get into the press very successfully, but I kind of didn't realize this whole word, and it's another P. I don't want to spoil what's going to be being said in my in my event on Monday, the masterclass. But it's all about what is your peg, what's your press hook, why are you pitching? So if you hear something that's going on in the news, or if it's like an awareness day, that is something which you need to pitch towards. That's a bit of a hint. But also winning an award is a press hook, as is, launching a book or something like that. So but I just wanted to say, journalists need you. Okay, they are constantly doing call outs, because again, people think they're sitting on a high pedestal. It's like, oh my God, they're unreachable. I can't touch them. They're too busy. They never respond to my emails. They need you. I promise you. In fact, we've got a social media post. And there's, the old fashioned picture from the wall. We need you. Yeah. So they need you.
They don't have a job without stories. Let's be honest. They do not have a job. And, you need to pull out that, like you said earlier, really pull out that struggle, those challenges. What did you overcome? What difference are you making in your industry? Because so many of the women that come through our awards are just making such a huge difference. It's amazing. And share that with everybody. Don't be the best kept secret.
Oh my God, that is my favourite word, the best kept secret. So listen, Debbie, I'm going to spin it to you. Tell us about some of your amazing success stories with your award winners. Sky News, you've got loads.
Yeah, we've had, Julianne Poonen is amazing from Creative Nature. She has a business that is all about making nut-free, gluten-free, allergy-free snacks, really. An incredible story. She started the business on the back of her own allergy. And she's everywhere. She has been on Sky News. She's been in loads of different magazines and has climbed to the great heights. So she's incredible. We've just had...
And then, going back to that story. So when really sadly people lose their lives due to that allergy, then she's the person, I'm sure, that they wheel out as the expert, or who can talk about that topic. So it's always listening. I always tell my clients to tune in, listen. Otherwise you're going to be missing. I mean, so many people say, I don't watch the news, I don't listen to the news, it's too sad and horrendous. But actually, if you want to get a chance of being featured, you actually do need to hear what of what's going on.
And one of our other winners, most inspiring businesswoman, Ashley Legro, she had been homeless.
Oh, wow.
So obviously way before her award win. But, the story behind that was that, she had climbed from the depths of living in a car because she had nowhere to live, sort of having left an abusive relationship, and built her business. She retrained, I should mention that, and retrained and built a really successful podiatry clinic. And they were doing a feature on the Victoria Derbyshire show all about people who had climbed out of homelessness. Basically, I think the program was all about giving hope. And she got invited on there and had, a good half an hour on this program talking about homelessness and how it affects people and how you can climb out of it with the right support. So that was another incredible story that we shared. And a lot of our winners over the years have had great pieces in their local press. It's exactly what you've said. And that has led to people picking up the phone and talking to them about their business and them getting leads from it. So fundamentally, you want people talking about you.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I managed, when I was, first set out back in 2016, or a few years after I'd first set out, I had a client. We got him a full page in the Mirror. It was an investigative journalism piece, and that turned into £210,000 worth of business for him. So you can't always guarantee press is going to bring you major loads of sales or inquiries, but the great thing it does, it brings you shed loads. I call it the 3 C's. It brings you confidence, credibility, and it can bring you clients. It's so important to put yourself out there and be that person ready, waiting to share your story. People go, I don't have the confidence to pitch. Look, I bet you've got the confidence to do a social media post. Everybody does. Do bloody social media 24/7. The statistic is 2.5 hours everybody spent, business owners tend to spend each day on their social media, whether you're doing your LinkedIning, your Instagram and all the rest of it. I've got a method, I'll share it on Monday, of literally doing your own press, doing your own PR in 7 minutes a day. And the 7 minutes came about because I was giving a talk over in Malta once for the Beauty Directors Club. And basically I said, everybody in the audience, have you got 30 minutes to spare to do some PR? And, half the room put their hand up. And then I said, okay, so the people haven't got your hand up. Why not? They go, I'm too busy. I said, okay, I was haggling. I said, can I have 15 minutes? And they still said, no, I can't do 15 minutes. Okay, can you give me 7 minutes? They go, yes, I can afford 7 minutes. So we've got this methodology, which is really good. It works. I've got a client who literally slid into my DMs or rather into my WhatsApp yesterday and said, Amanda, it's coming true. I'm going to be in this newspaper. And it's so relevant for her. She was over the moon and I cannot wait to share it, but because she's doing the 7 minute a day method. But the thing is, if you don't do it, you're not in it. You're not in it at all. So who the hell's going to hear about you if you're just blabbing on social media, which is brilliant to do, yeah. But also when you get the press coverage, then you can do blab on social media and share the link. You don't share anything else, you share the link. So I'm thrilled to be seen in.
Yeah, exactly. And that actual piece of press, you can repurpose that on your own website. You can, put links to it. You can mention you've been, talked about in the press, and that's evergreen content. And it's also stuff that you can use in another award entry to say, look, we got this piece of press, and, that in itself is validation of you as a business. So I think there's so many benefits to getting PR, so many, tons. Let's talk about the masterclass. So it's on next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday at 12 p.m.
12
if you're
p.m.
not free at 12, if you register, you'll get the recording the following day. But it's always great to come live because I like to keep my masterclasses. I don't just like talking at people. I like to make it interactive. I ask people what they do, so I can kind of tie in stuff when I'm actually giving my, telling people how to do it, what to do. So it's going to be 60 minutes, a bit of Q&A at the end, and it's just going to be it's great. And I gave a masterclass the other day at an event, a live event, and then suddenly somebody went into my DMs on Instagram and said, Amanda, I'm on page 3 in Colchester Gazette, which is my hometown, which is amazing, but she'd become a page 3 girl. And she's got these earrings. They're called craft beer rings. So she makes earrings out of beer cans. I love beer.
Goodness. That's very different. It's very alternative.
But she got into the press.
She should be entering the awards. Where are you? You should be entering this year.
I'll have to slide into her DMs and say, enter these awards. Yeah, because then she's got the credibility now of being in the local newspaper. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, great.
Let's just quickly tell people where they can find you. Now, we will drop the link into the comments after the live. But if you're watching on Instagram, what's your Instagram handle, Amanda?
It is at Amanda. I'm going to do it like this. It's at Amanda PR Expert.
There you go. So at Amanda PR Expert. You can also find her details on our sponsors page on our website. She is sponsoring this year the Best Coach category, which is going to be absolutely awesome again.
Really excited about sponsoring that category.
Yeah.
I've been a coach for many years, and so it's going to be brilliant to shake hands and to congratulate the runners-up and the actual gold winner.
And, if you're watching this and you are a coach, you should be entering. And then we will also be sending the details out about the PR Masterclass on this week's Best Business Women Awards email. And if you're not on our email, head over to our website, sign up to our email list, and you'll get all the details of the awards. We're currently sharing all the nuances about all the different categories and what we've got going on, because we close on the 6th of June at 6 o'clock. 666.
Ooh.
I went with that number. I know.
Yeah. 6 days before my birthday, so it's a really good luck day to close on. Oh, wow. And anyway, if you enter, you're going to have one of these beautiful catalogues. And it was such a great event. I loved it. It was really, I got such bad FOMO 2 years ago before I was involved. And I said, oh my God, I need to be involved. So I just thought, I'm going to sponsor these awards. So,
I know.
That's another way like a PR. It's another bit of PR for oneself.
Yes. And it's true. And we're so grateful, because without our sponsors, there wouldn't be any awards, because it costs us a packet to put the event on, to make it nice and glitzy and glamorous, and to celebrate the success of just over 100 women each year is my highlight of my year.
It's amazing. And also the great thing, but correct me if I'm wrong, everybody's a winner, baby, aren't they, on that night?
Yeah, so everyone who's selected, because we don't select everybody. So if you enter, you've got to be in it to win it. Everyone who's selected becomes a silver or a gold winner on the night. So everybody goes away with a trophy.
Which I think is so, using this word, inclusive. I think it's brilliant. And people were thrilled and sharing their silvers. It's like, I'm an award winner. So, I mean, I've gone to awards and not won something. It's been devastating. I have obviously gone and won things as well. But, you know, when you don't walk away with a little, you know, it's like going to a party and not getting your party bag. So, you know.
It is. I'll let you into a secret. My awards, 10 years this year, have been built on all the bad experiences I had at other awards.
So you have curated and created the most perfect awards.
Yeah. Oh, well, I like to think it is pretty good. Yeah, I'd like to think so. And I'd like to think that 10 years down the line, we wouldn't still be here if we weren't doing amazing things in the awards industry. And I think as well, I'm not an awards company per se, because I have a marketing and events agency. This is my showcase of the year, if you like. It's not I think there are award companies out there obviously charging a fortune, and it's their business and they see it as a machine. I see it as a gathering together of amazing women and celebrating everybody's success. That's my thing. You know, I want everyone to walk out the door thinking, do you know what? I have done something great and I've achieved this and I've been celebrated tonight.
Yeah, and that's how everybody walked away feeling. And it's so glammy and glitzy and fun. You know, people I was sitting on my table, we had the right laugh. So it's a really good knees up as well.
Thank you. Oh, right. Well, thanks for joining me this morning. It's been lovely to chat.
Thank you for inviting me.
We've been having some great lives lately. I've been talking to all the sponsors and judges, and we've got some more planned. And it's just nice just to do more lives. I didn't do as many last year, but this year I thought, you know what, let's bring everybody out and talk about things, because you know, we're all so busy, aren't we? And we can easily watch a video while we're working or listen to the video in the car or whatever. So Amanda's PR Masterclass next Monday. We'll share the details. Make sure you go along. It's completely free, so you have no reason not to. And you can find out more about her 7 Ps. And she gave you an 8th one for free today. So take care, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.